This segment sponsored by Platinum Law Group.
Let's face it, accidents happen, and when they do, it's a question of who to call.
Well, today we've got a face to put with the name. He's your personal injury lawyer, J.B. Beard. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. All right, so tell us a little about your practice and why you're the best to go to.
Thank you. So my practice is right here in Baltimore. We've been doing personal injury law for several years now. We have a very personal approach. I think what puts us apart from most other lawyers is you're going to speak to me pretty much every time you call, obviously if I'm in the office. I'm going to handle every part of your case. Obviously, I have several assistants that will help me along with that, but ultimately, when you call, I'm helping you with your case every time.
Yeah, that's big. That's a big deal. So what kind of reception have you gotten from your clients when they realize it's you?
Well, I mean, I like some clients are a little bit starstruck, like, oh my gosh, you're on TV. But most of the time, they're just happy to have an attorney that they know, attorney that they trust. Obviously, if you call the number, you wanted to speak to me. You don't want to speak to 15 assistants in some call center out in the middle of nowhere. You wanted to speak to the attorney, and you got the attorney.
Especially if you all have recently been in an accident, and you're looking for answers. So what does someone do? They're in an accident, and then how do they find you? What do they do? What is the process?
Right, so I'm actually glad you asked. The first thing you're supposed to do is call the attorney. It sounds cheesy, but if you're in an accident, you've never done this before, or if you have, it's a couple times in your life. I do this all day, every day. I know exactly what to do. I know I'm going to tell you every step of the way. You're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and we're going to maximize your recovery based on my experience.
Okay, so what steps do they take? What are those steps?
Well, you call your attorney. We're going to take a bunch of pictures on the scene, so always have your phone charged and ready to take pictures.
Yes.
And you're going to send those to the attorney. We're going to talk to both insurance companies, both your insurance company and the other parties. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 other parties. Obviously, there's a whole host of things that can happen between point A and point B, but every step of the way, we're going to make sure that you know exactly what to do.
And so why should people contact an attorney? I think sometimes if people think it's just a little fender bender, they're really like, do I really need to get an attorney involved? I always say yes, but explain to our viewers why.
So this is a concept that people don't always know, but when you get in an accident, once a claim is set up, your rates are going up if you're at fault, okay? So whether you collect $1 or $1,000 or $1 million, your rates are going up that same amount. So you may as well help maximize your recovery. So if you've been in an accident, you've been injured, and you're like, I could just do this myself, you're only saving the insurance company money. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to help maximize your recovery so that we take the insurance companies to task for the accident that their insured caused.
Okay, so where do we find you online?
You can go to OuchGuy.com. That's I've been known as the OuchGuy, so it's OuchGuy.com.
All right, so pretty easy to find, right? So if somebody gets into an accident, they should call you when? That night, the next morning?
Or from the roadside,
Okay.
877-OUCH-911. It's 877-OUCH-911. I take calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you call me I always say, you get in an accident, God forbid, you call 911 and then call 877-OUCH-911, and I'm going to tell you, here's what you're going to do X, Y, and Z, call me back afterwards.
All right, I love it. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us again, right there on the screen where we can find you. And I would say I look forward to seeing and talking to you soon, but hopefully I won't. But our viewers, you know who to call, right?
Absolutely.
He's the man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.